Good evening, this is the Oscar expert here at the Cannes Film Festival, and it's time to review Aftersun, directed by Charlotte Wells. My recommendation to you is that you remember that name and follow it to the end of the earth. You may not have heard of this movie yet, but I need you to personally do me a favor and put this on your watch list and see it immediately whenever you can. Because I am stunned at this gem of a movie, and I'm not going to shut up about it for the entire year. The film stars Francesca Corio, who's playing the 11-year-old daughter of Paul Mescal. The two are easily mistaken for brother and sister because, yes, Paul Mescal had her at a pretty young age. The film follows a week-long vacation that the two take at a hotel, and we just follow them throughout the week. We witness their bond, their love, their connection, and we also observe some of the gaps in their communication. And there's a sense that despite the love they have, there's something unspoken and darker regarding how Paul Mescal's character actually feels about having been thrown into fatherhood at a younger age. At 11 years old, our main character is coming of age and is starting to feel ready to know her father on a deeper level. And she asks him questions that he doesn't feel ready to answer. I really want to talk more in depth about this movie. I want to tell you about the beautiful symbolism of the sun and the color yellow. I want to talk about the ending, but I don't want to spoil anything about this movie for you. Francesca Corio delivers an amazing lead performance that I would compare to Woody Norman's young talent showcased in Come On, Come On last year, where she's so comfortable with the camera, so real, so mature, and impressively capable of expressing really complex emotions in a subtle way. Truly stunning what she does here. And Paul Mescal is fantastic as her father, who is reluctant with how much he can share with his daughter. It really is a movie about someone struggling to understand her father and feeling unsure about how they can reconcile the love and the distance. The closest we can get through an answer is just with empathy. This film's produced by none other than Barry Jenkins. And I actually feel that Charlotte Wells is a talent worthy of comparison to that man, in just how empathetic and poetic and human her film is. This is one of the most incredible directing debuts I've ever seen. I would put it on par with Krisha from Trey Edward Schultz, and if you have watched enough of my videos, you know I'm kind of obsessed with that movie and with that director. The way she tells this story is brilliant. The editing is unconventional, sometimes a little abstract, and towards the end there are some bits of non-linear storytelling thrown in that hit really hard. This movie's ending is a total knockout. Half the audience, including me, were in tears. And I will say this is one of those movies that leading up to the ending, I felt very unsure of how or where it was gonna end, and it was making me kind of nervous. Maybe some of you can relate to that feeling of not wanting the movie to end before you're ready for it to, because I had a lot of feelings kind of bubbling up about these characters and their relationship, and I wanted a good release. It was really a build-up to the end and that final moment. And the release that I wanted didn't come in the way that I was expecting, but I sure got it. I didn't know the movie was going to hit me that way until those last 5 minutes. And reflecting on the movie, I thought, is this a perfect movie? And reflecting even more, I kind of think maybe this is a masterpiece. And it is a debut film. Some of Charlotte Wells' compositions are beautiful. There's one shot where the characters are being reflected in a TV screen that has been burned in my mind. And one of the final shots with Paul Mescal also is just burned in my mind. Every time I think about that shot, I get a little burst of sadness. And it happens to be one of those moments where the storytelling is a little more poetic. And when it gets poetic, it never feels like it's at the risk of losing the audience, which is a sign of great editing, because we always know what's being communicated. The use of symbolism, too, is absolutely gut-wrenching. It's just such a beautiful and empathetic way of telling this deeply human story. I don't want to put too much pressure on this filmmaker, but I feel like she could be on her way to becoming one of the finest filmmakers working. I can't rave about this movie enough. My hands are tied. I have to give it a 10 out of 10. Maybe I'm getting people's expectations a little too cooked up. I don't think it's ever good to go into a movie expecting that you're gonna love it that fucking much. But I'm just saying, you have to see it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Which planet do you think comes after the sun?